Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today again I am making another video that I honestly never in my life thought that I would make, but I am so happy that it is happening. Guys, yes, unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of days, I'm sure you've already heard that yes, this is indeed happening. Guys, the Snyder Cut of Justice League is officially coming to HBO Max. This is indeed happening. This is not a drill. This isn't some leak from Warner Brothers. This isn't a rumor. No, this is an official confirmation. This is indeed happening. Now, as you guys can tell from the video, this is coming to us from Bounding into Comics, but before we continue with the article and before we continue with the video, just a special little thing that I need to get out of the way for anyone watching this video. If you're one of those people who likes to come to my channel and any other channel that reports on news that comes from, let's say, Bounding into Comics or if you're another YouTuber who happens to have sources in the industry and you report on the news and you love to go to their videos and you leave all of those comments saying, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, your sources are crap, they are shit, there's probably some guy living in his basement trying to trick you. If you're one of those people, if you're one of those shills who will only believe something if it comes from one of those quote-unquote useful sources, one of those quote-unquote reliable sources, fine. Here you go. This is straight from Deadline. Justice League, Zack Snyder's director's cut for DC Peak headed to HBO Max in 2021. Here's your Variety article. Here's your Hollywood Reporter article. They are all confirming this, okay? Are you happy? Can I close these now? Okay, there you go. I hope you're happy now. No, can you just leave us alone? Okay, please just leave us alone. Jesus. Oh boy. So, okay, with that little tirade out of the way, I'm sorry. It's just I knew the second I was gonna make this video that there were probably some people who probably haven't heard the news and probably think that, oh, I'm just another YouTuber who's reporting on some kind of BS rumor or whatever. Oh God. Anyway, also before I get into the video, remember, like, share, leave a comment. All of that is going to help this video. It's going to help it gain some traction, and hopefully it'll help it get some views and not be buried by YouTube's dumbass algorithm. Anyway, let's continue with the video. So, Zack Snyder, or the article, Zack Snyder confirms Justice League Snyder Cut for HBO Max. New synopsis revealed. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League director was asked directly when he will release the Snyder Cut following a watch party of Man of Steel. Also, before we continue with the article, I do just have to say this. This video is more than just me reporting the news. There's something else that I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys, so please wait until we've gone through the article so we can discuss what I really wanted to talk about when it comes to this video. Snyder initially answered the question indicating the release of the film was out of his hand. As transcribed by Joe Blow's editor-in-chief, Snyder stated, "I'm not in control of it necessarily. It's not really up to me. If it was up to me, I would have already left it in a thumb drive in a bathroom somewhere." And this is a Twitter account sort of basically stating that. However, as discussion continued, Snyder passed the question to Man of Steel star Henry Cavill. Cavill told him, yeah, I heard about this. Cavill told him, I reckon just show it. Snyder continued to play coy, saying, I can't show the movie right now because there's still a little bit to do. He then revealed a poster that reveals Zack Snyder's Justice League with the HBO Max logo, and there it is. There's the thumbnail. You can see right there. This is official, guys. This isn't a joke that he's playing on the fans. This isn't something he made on his own, on Photoshop or whatever. No, this is actually happening, guys. This is official. Snyder then confirmed the film will be released on HBO Max in 2021. He explained it will probably be in 21, the actual release, because we have a little work to do, but we are doing it. Following the conclusion of the Q&A of the watch party, HBO Max released a press release confirming Zack Snyder's director's cut of Justice League will arrive in 2021. In the press release, Snyder stated, I want to thank HBO Max and Warner Brothers for this brave gesture of supporting artists. Again, I have something I want to say about that. Just again, it'll be talked about later. And allowing their true visions to be realized. Also, a special thank you to all of those involved in the Snyder Cut movement for making this a reality. So for all of you guys who have been going on Twitter tweeting hashtag release the Snyder Cut. So this is basically Zack Snyder telling you, thank you so much for all the support you've been showing him. Warner Media Entertainment and direct-to-consumer chairman Robert Greenblatt added, "Since I got here 14 months ago, the chance to release the Snyder Cut has been a daily drumbeat in our offices and inboxes. Well, the fans have asked, and we are thrilled to finally deliver. At the end of the day, it really is all about them, and we are beyond excited to be able to release Zack's ultimate vision for this film in 2021. Again, this could never have happened if it weren't for the hard-working combined efforts of the teams at HBO Max and Warner Brothers Pictures." Warner Brothers Pictures Group chairman Toby Emmerich also commented, "Thanks to the efforts of a lot of people, we're excited to bring fans this highly anticipated version of Justice League." He continued, "This feels like the right time to share Zack's story. No, the right time was way longer than this. But again, I'll get to that. And HBO Max is the perfect platform for it. We're glad the creative planets aligned, allowing us to hashtag release the Snyder Cut." HBO Max Chief Content Officer Kevin Riley also stated, "When Zack and Debbie shared the extraordinary vision of where Zack wanted to take Justice League, my team and our counterparts at Warner Brothers took it as a mission to solve the many issues that stood in the way." He added, "Thanks to the partnership at Warner Brothers and the relentless pursuit of the entire Warner Max team, we are able to deliver this exciting moment for Zack, the fans, and HBO Max." HBO Max released an updated synopsis for the film. Okay. In Justice League, fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally, Diana Prince, to face an even greater enemy. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against the newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented League of Heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and The Flash, it may already be too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions. The confirmation comes after numerous rumors that Warner Brothers was working on the Snyder Cut to HBO Max. Most notably, Mikey Sutton reported back in November that the Snyder Cut of Justice League would come to HBO Max. However, he noted at the time, which is now confirmed by Snyder, that the cut was unfinished. Sutton detailed that the film still had FX work to complete and that what's left needs work to be presented to the general public. He also noted at the time that the movie would more than likely be announced to push I'm guessing he would say subscribers to HBO Max. The announcement today comes just a week before HBO Max officially launches. Sutton also detailed that to complete the Snyder Cut, it would be in the range of $10 million or more. The Hollywood Reporter is now reporting that the completion will cost $20 to $30 million. One source has pegged the effort in the 20 million range, although another source says that the figure could be closer to 30 million. Are you looking forward to the Snyder Cut on HBO Max? Okay, so that's everything in the article. Now, when it comes to what I wanted to talk about with you guys when it comes to this video, or what I really want to talk to you guys about in this video. Look, anybody who knows me knows that I have never been the biggest fan of Zack Snyder's interpretation when it comes to the DC universe. I've never made that a secret, although I will admit, I've always admitted this. The first half, or the first 30 minutes or so of Man of Steel, I actually really loved the first 30 minutes, up until the point where he meets up with Lois Lane, and he tells her the story of how his father, Jonathan Kent, died. I actually really loved what was happening. I loved the story. I loved the idea of Superman, like traveling around the world trying to discover who he is. How does he fit into this world, considering that, when he found out that he's not even from here, that he's a literal alien from another planet. And again, I thought all of that was fantastic, and I wanted to see that. I thought that was going to be like the movie. I thought that was going to be the movie. But then when they brought in Zod, and then that whole thing happened with them wanting to terraform the Earth into becoming a new Krypton, and to me, I just realized that, again, all of it sort of fell apart for me, because I thought that you should have saved that for like the second movie. I would have loved to see that for the second or third movie. But for me, I thought that you should have focused the first movie on, like on just Superman, on just like what I said when it came to just being about Superman, like traveling the world, interacting with people, trying to discover who he is in this world, like how does he belong here, again, he not being from this planet, and the fact that not added on to all of that, the fact that he has all of these abilities and that he needs to keep them in control, like all the time. I thought all of that was fantastic. But again, it just fell apart for me the second they brought in Zod. And then Batman v Superman, yeah, I'm not going to talk much about the movie because, wow, that was such a big disappointment. And let's see, what else? Wonder Woman, I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I really enjoyed it, although technically that wasn't directed by Zack Snyder, although he was involved in the movie. I think he was a producer. I could be wrong, but anyway, Suicide Squad. Yeah, I didn't love Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was horrible. And then Justice League. I think the less we talk about that movie, the better. Joss Whedon's Justice League. I know his name comes up as a director, but we all know that was Whedon's movie. That wasn't Snyder's movie? No, we're about to get Snyder's movie. So when it comes, if that's the case, why am I even talking about this? Well, the reason why I'm even talking about this is simple. Hashtag release a Snyder Cut is like eventually it became more than just fans of Zack Snyder wanting to see his vision for Justice League. It became something more than that. It became something that means to something that is important to every fan in the world, and I mean every fan out there in the world. Because think about it. Really think about it. Considering that we are living in a day and age where studios just completely dismiss fans, and the fact that they completely ignore them, the fact that every single time any fan releases like a single bit of criticism to what the studios are doing, they're quick to just call them a bunch of ists and phobes, and oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you want, and blah blah blah, all that other crap. For me, this tells me the reason why this is important, and the reason why we all need to support this movie. We need to show our support, guys, because look, we're not dumb. Okay, we're not dumb. I think they even said it in this, or John F. Trent even said it in this article. We all know that the biggest reason why they're doing this is because they want to get subscribers to HBO Max. Which I get it. They are first and foremost a business. They want to make money. Again, I'm not faulting them for that. And we know we know we're not dumb. We know the fact that they're only doing this because they're trying to push subscribers to HBO Max. I get that. Okay, I'm not faulting them for that. But if they do this, because like they said, this is gonna cost somewhere to $20 to $30 million, and if this is indeed true, then guys, we need to subscribe to HBO Max. We need to show our support for this movie. We need to show studios that when they actually listen to fans and they give the fans what they want, that fans will support them. And the way we can show our support is by actually showing our support. That means subscribing to HBO Max and actually watching it when it gets released. And like, don't for anyone out there, please don't pirate this movie, don't torrent this movie. Look, I know that there's going to be some people who probably don't have access to HBO Max, like they want to support it but it's probably not available where they're from. I get that. So in that case, they're not really left with a whole lot of choices. Well, I guess you could get a VPN and then it'll work. But for some people, considering a lot of the best VPN services, considering that they're like, again, it's basically another subscription. So you're basically subscribing to two services at once, one for the VPN service and the other for HBO Max. So I get that there are probably some people who probably can only afford one. So again, when you consider that, some people, I understand it's out of their hands. They don't really have any other choice. But if you do have access to HBO Max to where you don't need a VPN, then subscribe to HBO Max and then watch the movie when it comes out. And I mean, actually support them. Show them that if they do this, if they listen to the fans and they give us what they want, that we will support them. We will give them our money. That's why this is important. And this is hopefully, I'm hoping that this will be sort of like lighting the signal fire, or I don't know. I find another analogy to suit, but it's sort of like, yeah, it's sort of like lighting the beacons, lighting a beacon to the other studios, letting them know that if they do this, if they walk away from the business model that they've been implementing for a while now, which is to just completely ignore their fans and just treat them like crap, and just keep putting out content because you think that we have nothing else better to do in our lives than to watch some of your movies. Well, you guys have seen there has been plenty of proof that when you choose to completely ignore fans, when you choose to just outright insult fans before your movies have even been released, that fans are not going to go watch your movie. And then, of course, when the movie bombs, they have no other choice than to blame fans, even though they're the ones who told fans, well, you know what? It doesn't matter if you don't go see our movie. Like, this movie was made for you. And then we listen to them, we don't see the movie, and then again they blame us, saying, well, you should have seen our movie. And again, it's just, I'm hoping that this is going to be like their sort of something that, hopefully it helps, like, help it click in their heads that they need to stop doing what they've been doing, and that they need to do what Warner Brothers is doing now. Because again, none of us are dumb. All of us know that they're only doing this to get subscribers to HBO Max. We know that. But to do that, they are giving us what we want, which is the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Well, not so much me, but I know. Again, look, I'll still watch it. I'll still watch it because I am curious. After all the hype, after how much this has been pushed for years, and I mean years, ever since you could say the movie was Justice League by Whedon was first released in theaters, you could say people have been clamoring for Snyder's version of Justice League ever since that movie hit theaters. So basically 3 years now. So yeah, I am watching it, and you know what? When I watch it, I'm gonna do two things just to show my support for this movie. I am going to do a live watch party when this gets released. I am doing a live watch party on my channel where you guys and me are gonna watch it. We're all gonna watch it together. Obviously, I won't actually show the movie on screen because otherwise I get copyright. But I'll have the movie right here with me. I'll be streaming it live, and you and I together, we will be watching this movie. Hopefully, by the time that happens, I will have reached my goal of 1,000 subs, and I will have reached my goal of getting the watch time that I need. And you guys can help with that by subscribing. And if you do subscribe, please remember to click on the bell icon down below. So that way you will be notified not only when that watch party is happening, but also whenever I post any other video on my channel. So, with all of that out of the way, also remember to leave a like, share this video, and of course leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts as always. So I am going to end this video right here. You guys please take care of yourselves and stay safe, because that is the most important thing at the moment. And please consider joining me for my next video. You guys have been awesome. Bye.